Hey there, Dynamite fans. Come join us here at The Experience this Monday, April 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern, our usual time. And I think you already know at this point, it's going to be good no matter what. We're going to have the DC, we're going to have the Marvel, we're going to have the Dynamite, Rex and John and Robbie. Yes, Robbie's on Monday. We're going to, Nick will do something, he'll just intervene whenever he feels like it. And I'll try to make sure he doesn't do that. So no matter what, it'll be a great time. Remember, it's this Monday, April 10th, 6 p.m., only here on The Experience. Can't wait to see you.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome to Rockin Robbie Live. I am your host, Rockin Robbie Billups. How's everybody doing? Station, pop, pop, boom, everybody. You know what I'm saying. How you doing? Welcome to a special presentation of Rockin' with Rockin Robbie. That's right. It's been over a year, but we now are back with an official Teen Dog Shades night. You know what that means. Nothing off limits. We're going to be talking about who knows what tonight, as well as the usual stuff. We're going to be doing the Teen Dog Shadesy type stuff because it's Easter. So happy Easter, everybody. Tonight, we got the DC sneak peek. DC is releasing comics this week, believe it or not. I have read them. I'm going to let you know what I thought about them. Then we're going to be doing Marvel in the 90s. You know, we're going through Extinction Agenda. We're going to continue going through Extinction Agenda. We have Batman tonight. That's right. We had a full loaded show. We also have the reveal of PCP Movie Night for Crew's Choice. That's right. The entirety of PCP Movie Night for May and June will be revealed tonight, and we're setting up the next PCP Movie Night PCP Army poll. So start thinking about what movies you want to put in there. And we are going to have a blast. Show and tell, all that and much, much more, because it is Easter. Happy rebirth, Resurrection Day. I thought it was appropriate to do a Teen Dog Shades night, even though we haven't had one in a while. I thought it was appropriate to do one for the return of Rockin Robbie Live on Easter Sunday. How is everybody doing out there? I already see people in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to kick it off tonight with my drink of choice from Orlando. I was in Orlando last weekend for MegaCon. Had a great time. And my drink of choice was Cuervo Silver. So everybody, if you really want to get into the spirit of Teen Dog Shades, it's time to turn those cups upside down or to burn it down. Whatever you want to do. Station, everybody. Let's have a good show. Lime. All right, we're getting into it tonight. Boom, boom, boom. How is everybody doing? We got some changes to the channel that we will be discussing at some point tonight, too. But we'll get to all of that. I do want to say you should follow Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, make it official. Join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. You can find podcasts and more at popculturephilosophers.com, including links to merch. All those links and more in the description down below. You can get $15 in Whatnot credit at whatnot.com/invite/ I think it's the Rockin Robbie. There it is. Yes, there it is, right there, popping across the screen. You can follow me on Twitter at the Rockin Robbie. You can save 10% at Dynamic Forces when you enter code Robbie. You can save 10% at BlackBox Comics when you enter code PCP10. We have a Shopify account that helps support the channel that our good friends at Dynamite have set up. All those links and more in the description below. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine PCP patrons right there. And I want to give a mighty hearty welcome to Nick Patera, who is now officially a PCP patron. That's right, comic book writer and artist extraordinaire. Nick Patera, friend of the show, has stepped up his level of support. So, Nick, we really do appreciate that. Axe Wielder John will be coming out this year. I could not be more excited. Maybe Nick will want to come back on the show for that. That could be cool. Next week, Sunday, April 16th, at 1 p.m. Central Time, we welcome back Dan Waters to the show. That's right. You know, last time we were live, I decided, hey, let me just reach out to Dan and get him on the show because he's got a new book out this week, The Seasons Have Teeth. Very excited for that. Plus, he's got announcements like Loki is coming up from Marvel. Very excited to have Dan back on the show. So that will be next Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Tomorrow night, PCP Movie Night returns after a week hiatus. We're going to be talking about one of the most cinematic, magical moments of the 90s. We're going to be talking about Estelle Getty and Sylvester Stallone in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. This PCP Movie Night brought to you by Twitch. But before that, do check out Scarpad Sci-Fi Sojourns as they're talking about 2010, the year we make contact. I really love this movie. I wish I could have made that show, but I haven't seen it in a while, but I really do like the book, and I love the movie as well. Dylan's Horror Show, this upcoming Saturday night, we're going to be talking about The Invisible Maniac. And that thumbnail tells you all you need to know about this movie, so I'm excited to watch this movie this week for the first time and chat with the fellas about it over at Dylan's Horror Show. We also have PCP mystery boxes now available. They are $30. If you're interested, email us at popculturephilosophers@gmail.com. A lot of people ask, what's in the mystery box? Well, you at least get 10 comic books. You get 1 trade paperback. You get a piece of original artwork from me. Sometimes just a silly little sketch, right? You also will get like a fun like little toy or trinket or something. I've been having like I like sending out like Happy Meal toys and all kinds of fun stuff like that. You also get a pack of old school trading cards. Could be Turtles, could be Star Trek, could be Bill and Ted, could be all of that and more. You never know what's going to happen. Never know. We now pause for official station identification. I can't see nothing in these glasses. All right, I'm finding, I haven't done Teen Dog Shades Night in a while, and I'm struggling trying to see everything. So let's take a look at the chat. Let's see who's here. Ariaga is in the house station. OUG, what is up, Carrie? How you doing? Neighborhood Merc is in the house station. Choco's 26, what's up? Two Gun Pedro, station, pop, pop, boom, and pew, pew, how do you do? Road Collecting in the house. OUG is like, is this like high school where we have to give the teacher 15 minutes to show up? No, Brooks had to like swing by to pick up a copy of Stop or My Mom Will Shoot because he couldn't find it anywhere to watch, so I was just waiting on him to come in and check that out. Chatted with him for just a second. Sorry about the delay, everybody. That's what happens on a Teen Dog Shades night. You never know. GT Key Comic is in the house. My man John Spiliotopoulos, what is up? What is up, my man? John was one of the dudes, along with Bueller. I see you, Bueller. I see you. Me, John, Bueller, and company, we had such a blast at MegaCon. It was such a super fun experience. We'll be talking about that, of course. John says, I have something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away. Bueller says, who's taking bets? Hats on or off? Well, anybody that bet on hats off, there you go. You win. That means you lose, Bueller. That's right, Road Collecting gets a Teen Dog Shades night. John's congratulating Bueller, saying, great job on the Donny Cates video. I saw that you popped that up, but I haven't watched it yet. I need to check it out. Trade Paper Dad's in the house. He's got his shades ready. Big John. Mark McGrath is in the house. Which brings us to our first musical interlude of the night. Every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my girlfriend's four-post bed. I know it's not mine, but I see if I can use it for the weekend or a one-night stand. Couldn't understand. Wah, wah, wah. How you doing, Mark McGrath? Good to see you here. Comics Joe is in the house. If you had money on Sans hat, congrats, says OUG. Well, you make sure that you guys exchange the money properly. Choco says, happy Easter, everybody. Neighborhood Merc says, I walked past you twice at MegaCon, but you were busy, so I didn't want to interrupt. Neighborhood Merc, what did I say? What did I tell everybody? I told everybody, I was like, it doesn't even matter if I'm busy, if it looks like I'm doing something. Be like, Rockin Robbie. That's what Josh Williamson did. He didn't care that I looked busy. It was a good, fun show. It was so much fun. Now, I didn't meet as many creators as I thought I would, because usually I go to these shows and I'm trying to meet creators and all that stuff, but I did not meet Sam Raimi. I did not meet many of the creators that were there. Never saw Jeff Johns, right? Like, you had to get tickets and stuff. I saw a lot of people. I saw Ryan Stegman. I saw Ryan Oatley. I saw Peter Tomasi. Who did I actually talk to, though? I talked to Joshua Williamson. I met Frank Miller. Why did I not have that image pulled up? Why didn't I do that? Because I'm a terrible YouTube host. Anyway, who else? We chatted with Emma Kubert for a little bit, but I was kind of nervous because Spilio was trying to put me on the spot. He wasn't trying to put me on the spot. Spilio has a personal connection to the Kuberts, right? So he went to have a chat with Emma Kubert, and I was there, and he introduced me. I felt really bad because her last two books, I like shit all over. So I didn't know if she was going to recognize me. She didn't. And if she did, that's fine. I don't assume that every creator watches my shows, but I didn't want to be like, great work. I did not like Stoneheart. But anyway, aside from that, had a great time. Our buddy from Nerdvana, Nestor is his name, really took care of us. Between Nestor and John and Mike the Voice Matthews, I was treated like royalty the entire time. But when I first got into the con, Bueller basically put it to me this way. He goes, Robbie, do you want to spend all weekend standing in lines? Because MegaCon is, I've never been to a con this big, y'all, okay? I love Heroes Con. It's my jam. I can just go up and chat with creators. MegaCon, ridiculous. So we first go in, and like, first thing we're doing is going to Sam Raimi. So I go to Sam Raimi. I'm like, are you kidding me with that line? And they're like, yeah, it's going to be about a 2-hour wait. Mike waited for our buddy Chrissy P, Station Polk. And so Mike did the Lord's work and got Chris his Sam Raimi autograph, but Bueller was like, hey man, do you want to stand in line all weekend long, or do you want to walk around with me and meet people? So I met people. So MegaCon, different cons for different reasons. Huntsville Comic Expo. That's my hometown show. That's why we do that, right? This year, by the way, we're coming up. It's the weekend of the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. PCP will be there because we're bringing in one of our favorite comic book artists into the show, Liana Kangas. So you'll be able to catch PCP hanging at the Liana Kangas booth. That's going to be grand and fun. Chilling. Liana's one of the best. So chilling with them is going to be absolutely fantastic. Cannot wait to show them around town. It's going to be great. So that's my hometown show. Memphis, we go to meet creators. Heroes Con, we go to meet creators and party with creators. Scarefest, I go to meet horror icons and idols, right? I'm there to spend money meeting the icons of my horror life, right? I have learned that MegaCon is all about community, baby. MegaCon was a fucking rockin' ass party from my perspective. Drinking every night, having fun, living the pop, pop, boom life, because party in Orlando during MegaCon is spelled pop, pop, boom. And we had so much fun. I got to give major shout outs to John Spilio. I got to give major shout outs to Nestor. I got to give major shout outs to Kevin. We had a homie named Kevin with us. So there were two Kevins in our crew, and two Kevins can make a thing go right, if you know what I'm saying. We had a great time. I got to hang out a lot with Javon Jordan, who was freaking awesome. Javon Jordan, if you're not familiar, he is an artist. He's a writer, a creator, an entrepreneur, a rapper, a hip-hop artist. I love that dude. I had so much fun hanging out with him almost every single night. Twin Peaks was right next to our hotel, so we spent so much time at Twin Peaks because we went there the first night we got there. Let me get through the chat real quick before we get into this. Tugun Pedro says, congratulations on reaching your goal on Kickstarter, Robbie. That's right. The Reanimator cover got officially funded. Boom. So anybody that was down for that, you're definitely going to be getting your copies at some point. OUG says, my vote for movie, Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter in honor of Easter Sunday. Ooh, I've never seen that one. What's up, Nothing? How you doing? What's up, Glenn? Comics Joe says, I don't know if you still follow the world of wrestling. Not really. But what are your thoughts on the WWE merger with Endeavor? I don't have any thoughts on that. I don't know. I saw this meme that Vince, I almost says Vince Vaughn. What's his? Vince McMahon was like selling or something. I have no idea, but like it's funny because in the meme he looks like J. Jonah Jameson. I'm sure we've all seen the same memes. Hey, what is up, Eric? CPL Crispy, Crispy, what's up? Rebirth of the Teen Dog Shades, Rebirth the dog of teens, brother. What? Is that you, Crinkle Cut? Is that you? See, Bueller, people love you. Bueller's being hard on himself. And he was all like, man, everybody wants to know Rockin Robbie. Everybody wants to see you. And I'm like, nah, man, everybody wants to see you, bro. Me and Bueller, man, I love Bueller so much. Hanging out with Bueller was great. Eric says, the mystery boxes are worth it. Check the unboxing for Big Herm. Hell yeah, Big Herm. Cool shirt, Robbie. Thank you, Bobby. This came from Two Gun Pedro. This is the first time I'm wearing it because I kind of lost it. I didn't know where it was, and it was over there in the corner with a bunch of other show and tell shit from like weeks ago. But this was part of my March Madness package, and it's the Kiss album, Monster, right? But so it's like the monsters dressed up as Kiss. Wolfman ain't got no makeup on though, so I guess the Wolfman's not going to be wearing cat makeup. Let's go. How y'all doing? All I want to know is, did you read Ambassadors 2, 8 Billion Genies, and World Tree, and how are they in Clear 2? Have not read those yet, nothing. Do those all come out this week? I know that 8 Billion Genies does. I didn't know if World Tree does. I feel like we just ordered that. I still think, I have not read World Tree. I have read some early DC books yesterday. I read the new Shazam #1 by Dan Mora and Mark Waid. I really enjoyed that. I read the new Batman White Knight Generation Joker by Sean Murphy, I believe, and Mirka Andolfo. Mirka Andolfo was there. I saw her, but I didn't actually go talk to many creators, which is crazy. I'm usually like fiending to meet creators and stuff, but I don't know, man. I just had so much fun wandering the con. It was packed in there on Saturday. It was ridiculous. I heard reports of 150,000 people there. I went into the con on Saturday trying to find David Boer because David was only there Saturday and Sunday, and I couldn't even move, so I just went and I was like, let me just get to where the Frank Miller thing's going to be, and that's how I wound up first in line for the Frank Miller VIP experience, and I got to give a major station and major props to Robbie from Earth 2. He's the one that hooked me up with that VIP Frank Miller experience. But I usually read my image books Tuesday morning before I get into work. So I haven't read it yet. But yes, I read Generation Joker, loved it. And I read the new Shazam #1, loved it. What was the other one I read? I cannot think of the other one that I read right now. I read a third DC book and liked it, so why can't I remember it? Oh, well, it must not have been too important. What was on DC's FOC this week? This website's not working. Collection is empty. That doesn't make any sense. Here we go. Oh, I read Adventures of Superman No, I did not. They just had like a little bit of a No, I did read that. I read Adventures of Superman #3. That was solid. I saw some preview pages for Batman. Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah, Generation Joker was good, though. Shazam was really good, too. Throw Mama from the train. It's not time to list the movies for the poll yet. I'll let you know when we get there, though. What's up, Easy Reader? Which con are you going to next? William, the next con is the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. That's like April 21st, 22nd, 23rd. After that, the next con is going to be in June. It's going to be Heroes Con. After Heroes Con, it's going to be Memphis Comic Expo, which has a fantastic lineup. Garth Ennis, Brian Polito, Kevin Eastman, Alan Davis, Ann Nocenti, Chris Bacalo or Bacalo. I guess I got to finally ask him, how do you say your name, bro? Crispy says, I wish I was as cool as Rockin Robbie. You can be. Just throw on some shades, bro. Ross, what is up? What up, Robbie? Happy Easter. Can you give another rec for iconic writer-artist duos like Phillip and Brubaker? Iconic writer-artist teams. Frank Miller, Bill Sienkiewicz. Frank Miller's on the brain. Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. Anna Cinti and John Romita Jr. How about that? What else? Stan Lee, Jack Kirby. Current, modern day, Robbie. Modern day, like Brubaker and Phillips. Why do I blank when these things pop like up as a question? Nerdtastic, what is up, Manny? Manny will be joining us tomorrow for Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, one of the greatest cinematic achievements of the 90s. Very excited for that. I think King and Mitch Garrett's work really well together. Oh, come on, Rob. You got more than that. Oh, Lemire and Sorrentino, probably one of the best. And Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, right? So there's that. Yeah, like, totally. Lemire and Sorrentino, Lemire and Nguyen. Who else? Dun, 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 dun. I'll think of more. Y'all help me out in the chat. What are some really great modern writer-artist team-ups? Kind of like Phillips and Brubaker. I went with Lemire and Sorrentino and Lemire and Nguyen. We need to hear about Miller. You will. Donnie Cates was not there, KO. He canceled. Do you know if they will be putting out a trade paperback for Agent of World? I don't see it listed anywhere yet. They will. Scout does their trades a little bit later, but I would totally, for sure, guarantee that that's going to happen. Why the young blood in the back? Because I love me some Rob Liefeld, and I'm showing that Rob Liefeld love. I'm shilling for Rob Liefeld. Got to get him on the show. OUG says Connor and Palmiotti. There you go. I've been in the presence of Amanda. I've met Amanda, but I know Jimmy now, and Jimmy recognized me, or at least pretended to recognize me at Heroes Con. Of course, I had a show with him a couple years ago that Nick from Dynamite had set up, and I met him and Amanda back in like 2002, along with Phil Noto when they were launching Hickman and Huddleston. You're right, Twitch. You're right, Twitch. Snyder and Capullo. Duh. That's a good one. Snyder and Francavilla as well. Ruckin, Michael Lark. Lars, you're right. Their work on Gotham Central, their work on Lazarus. I'm a big Rob Liefeld fan nowadays, more so than I ever have been. Claremont and Byrne, hell yeah. Claremont and Cochran, but Claremont and Byrne, Claremont and Lee. Brandon Choi and Lee? Nah. Starlin and Milgram, hell yeah. Williamson and Silvestri. Scotty and Ramos. Yes, that's a good one, Glenn. Scotty Young and Humberto Ramos. Simonson and Simonson. Hell yeah. X Factor, baby. Brubaker and Epting. Hell yeah. Shit, we could go. We're doing a Teen Dog Chase night tonight. We're doing it right. Shots without the encouragement of a super chat. You know, we haven't even really kicked off the show yet. We're just getting started. So let's go ahead and make it official, PCP Army. Station. We drank so much at that Twin Peaks. We drank so much of that Twin Peaks. I think we drank them personally out of Screwball. Is that the peanut butter whiskey? We kept having these shots called corkscrews or something that Spilio's wife was like ordering for us. Brittany, by the way, Spilio's wife. She's amazing. She's super cool. Forgot to mention her. We had a great crew. So the first night, we go to Twin Peaks because it's right next to the hotel. We're tired. We're doing our thing. We're like, let's just go to Twin Peaks, whatever. I always rolled my eyes when Twin Peaks came into my town. Actually, when Twin Peaks came to my town, first thing I did was there's a restaurant themed around one of my favorite shows ever, Twin Peaks? Nope. No, I learned very quickly, like, no, it's just women with like cleavage and, you know, ass cheeks hanging out. I was like, it's one of those places. So I associated it with Hooters. Twin Peaks is way different than Hooters because, yes, you have beautiful people serving you, right? Dressed in very provocative manner. However, the food at Twin Peaks is the shit, y'all. It's the shit. The Hangover Burger is good, and the only other, those cheese ball things are good too. But I kept eating the Texas Philly cheesesteak. That sounds ridiculous to say. The Texas Philly. Shit was great. It's like a cheesesteak, but it's got like pico de gallo, and it's got like spices and jalapenos, and I loved it. I had Spilio. I recommended it to Spilio, and he tried it, so he loved it too. So, you know, I'm not the only one. But we wound up at Twin Peaks every single night because of $4 shots of Cuervo Silver. And so in honor of MegaCon, that's what we're doing tonight. We're trying to recapture that vibe because just like you, John, I miss it. I miss you so much, my friend. Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer. Hell yeah. Bullseye Bob is in the house. Station Bob, miss you so much. First thing I asked Bueller, how's Bob doing? How's Bob doing? Hope you're doing well, bruh. Happy Easter to you, man. Azarello and Rizzo, you're right, Lars. Lars has got my back right there. Yeah, Brian Azarello, Eduardo Rizzo, for sure. How about this one? Here's one from a little bit back in the day, but it still applies for me. Fabian Nicieza and Mark Bagley. Now, as much as I'm trying to get Rob Liefeld on the show and show my love and appreciation for Rob Liefeld, I hinder that every time I talk about Fabian Nicieza. But I've met Fabian Nicieza. He's a great dude. Rob's been on my brain because he was just on Cartoonist Kayfabe. They were talking about New Mutants 87 and 98. And so I watched those shows, and I know a lot of people got a lot of opinions. Rob Liefeld, to me, is like the Kanye West of the comic book industry, but not near as fucking nutso. I think Rob Liefeld, I want to have a conversation with Rob. Because Rob Liefeld, super young, becomes a goddamn superstar in this industry. You know what I'm saying? Then goes from selling millions of comics to becoming the butt of every joke for years and years and years. He got thrust fame and money very early in his age and career. Like MC Hammer, kind of didn't respond maybe in the best way. I'm sure he has some regrets, but I'm sure he's also just loves his life and loves the impact and the influence that he has in this industry. And he has it. And yeah, he's opinionated. He does his thing. He goes off on tangents. He does his jam. I fucking love it. I love Rob's personality. I love his artwork for the most part. I think there's some really positive qualities in Rob Liefeld, and I will be a Rob Liefeld apologist to the day I die. Youngblood number 1's maybe not the best work he did, but Youngblood number 6 is dope as shit. And Youngblood number 2, 3, and 4, y'all, we already went through all the Youngblood season 1 stuff. Y'all know how I feel. Twitch, by the way, tomorrow night, tomorrow night, PCP movie night, brought to us by you. Stop or my mom will shoot. Very excited for that. I just passed off the Blu-ray that you gave me for Christmas over to Brooks. Cates and Stegman, that's a good team right now. Cates and Shaw. Jeff Shaw. Think about that. Jeff Johns, Ivan Reese. Innocent Dylan. How could I forget that? Wade and Alex Ross? Okay. Gail Simone and whoever. Gail stand here. You're forgiven. Busick and Perez. How about Wolfman and Perez? There's a good one. John Lees and Alex Cormack. Thank you, Two Gun Pedro. Anybody check out The Nasty this last week? What a great book. There's Wolfman and Perez right there from Tin Man. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Lars is the man. Lars, you're on my wavelength right now. Any other questions you direct towards me, Lars can answer. Bueller says, love the peanut butter drinks. Bueller comes out to me at one point. So yeah, every night we go to Twin Peaks because it's like where we start to party because cheap Cuervo shots, right? And we're all down. We're chilling. We're having fun. Plus, Marcella, she took care of us. For sure. She took care of us. For sure. So then we also have, what was I going to say? So Bueller comes out to me one of those nights. Bueller comes and hangs out. I get him out there. Bueller thinks I'm trying to drag him to a strip club. I'm like, nah, it's not like that. It's a restaurant. So Bueller comes out, hangs out. He's like, I'll have one beer with you. My one beer a year, right? Because last year he had a beer with me when he came into my town around my birthday for Free Comic Book Day. And he was like, I'm going to have one beer. I don't know how much Bueller drank that night, but he told me it was the most. I'm not trying to spread your business around, Bueller, because I already did that at MegaCon. I ain't going to do that on air. But Bueller told me that he drank more that night than he had in like 20 years. We had a wild time, and we got Spilio and Lady Spilio to thank for that night in particular. Spilio says 36 shots in one night. Those are the ones that you paid for, right? Actually, I didn't pay for any. Spilio, I love you so much. You're the shit, man. You're the shit. It was a good time. Yeah, Busick and Anderson. Astro City, baby. No, I did not get any coffee at Twin Peaks OUG. Corkscrew is the peanut butter shots. There you go. But they're made with Screwball whiskey. And on Saturday night, they told us we're all out of Screwball whiskey. They were out, like, their beer was running out. They were running out of shit. MetCon's a big impact to Orlando, man. It was packed. Did I tell y'all about my hour-long Uber ride? So on Saturday night, I got people trying to meet up with us at Twin Peaks, including Perry. I did not get to meet Perry because Perry was gone by the time I got there. Because what is a 40-minute walk, which should have been a 5-minute Uber ride, became an hour-long Uber ride. An hour-long Uber ride, right? It became an hour-long Uber ride because traffic was so fucking backed up. Me and this dude on this one stretch of international drive that should have been over like that. I was in that car for an hour. So we had some quality time together, you know? And I told everybody, oh, don't worry. Uber just, they don't charge you for the time. They don't charge you for that. Like, what they tell you, like, it was still just a $20 ride. Nah, they got my ass on that one. Apparently, I was affected by surge pricing, and they added another $50. That was a $78 fucking Uber ride that took longer than it would have taken me to walk. It was $78 for that Uber ride, not including my tip. And I tipped the dude $20 because I felt bad for him because they're like, you're missing shit. Man, what a goddamn scrub I am. I spent $98 on a fucking Uber ride on Saturday. What the fuck? Now I know better than that. There's traffic jams. I'm like, can we cancel this ride? I'm just going to hop the fuck out. That ride lasted so long. Both the driver and myself got contacted by Uber 3 goddamn times. 3 times. To make sure that we weren't murdering each other. What the hell? I know. Everybody was like, Robbie, that's going to be an expensive Uber ride. I was like, nah, it's fine. It's still just $20. And I tipped him 20 just because, you know, of the hassle. Nope. $78 fucking dollars. $78? I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up for that Uber. Like, I would have gotten out and walked, man. What the fuck? Anyway, let's officially get this show going. We haven't even started yet. 40 minutes in. I can't see. All right, it's time for your First 5. All right, we just started a new thing. We are going through the Marvel Masterpieces, Series 1 by Joe Jusko, who a couple weeks ago here on Rockin Robbie Live, when we started this, somehow we managed to kill Joe Jusko and then bring him back to life, showing us the importance of resurrection and rebirth. By the way, Teen Dog Shades are on. I got some things maybe to discuss later, but I don't have any bits set up centered around Teen Dog Shades. So if you have any Teen Dog Shadesy questions, UFOs, paranormal stuff, magic, philosophy, idea space, anything like that, just let me know. So we got Dark Hawk, a great card from Joe Jusko right there. Then we got Daredevil, this for Bullseye Bob right there. This is one of my favorite trading card sets of all time. Most people love this. Cyclops. That's a dope Cyclops, y'all. Then we got Colossus. These things are not quite in alphabetical order. So I'm showing them off numerically, but they're not quite in alphabetical order. But it's a weird order that's pseudo-alphabetical. And then we got Captain Britain. Captain Britain been hitting them deadlifts. Look at them legs. I mean, obviously he's got the chest and the shoulders, but look at them legs. Anyway, and that has been your First 5. All right. I'd be disappointed. I would want it to be a theme too. It would be nice to have a themed Twin Peaks, like, show-themed restaurant. That'd be dope. Let's see what's going on up here. Morrison and Quietly, that's a good one. Miller and Quietly is a good one, too. Cap tits, hell yeah. Rob Liefeld is the Jack Black of the comic book industry. Speaking of Jack Black, I just watched this afternoon the Super Mario Brothers movie. I enjoyed it. I would give it a mighty hearty 3.69, you digs. It would be a 4. It would be a 5 if I was a kid. That movie is perfect for kids. I think they nerfed Bowser just a little bit, but it was for comedic sake, and I liked that. I enjoyed the Mario movie a lot. I enjoyed the company a lot more because I went with a special person in my life. However, I really had a lot of fun with the Super Mario Brothers movie. Haven't seen Ant-Man, haven't seen Shazam, haven't seen John Wick, haven't seen D&D, but I made sure, goddammit, to go see the Mario movie. I'm trying to say GD less. Because words have power. I'm trying to say that less. So y'all keep me on check, please. Trade Paper Dad says, I'm in the minority of those who never liked Liefeld. The minority? I won't submit books to CGC for his signature, just saw he's doing a signature series. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either, but I have a way worse opinion of CGC than I do Rob Liefeld, tell you that. Ouroboros Snake Station, how you doing? Hey, there's BlackBox Comics in the house. What is up? Oh, shit! I've been talking about all these people who are responsible for me having a fantastic MegaCon. How did it take BlackBox Comics themselves showing up to remind me that none of it would have been possible without a bunch of people, including Jonathan Hedrick. Jonathan Hedrick, who's got 4 issues out right now of Dream Master from BlackBox Comics. Have you not been able to check it out? Your shop not stocking it? Holler at me or go to BlackBox Comics' website in the description below and be sure to enter PCP10 to get your discount. But y'all need to read Dream Master from BlackBox Comics. Jonathan Hedrick hooked me up in a way that nobody else was able to, and I really, really appreciate him. And this was my second time meeting him. I met him at HeroesCon last year, and I don't think he put the face to the name until I met him, but he's good friends with Bueller, and Jonathan Hedrick has my love and appreciation forever. The best thing Rob Liefeld did was hire Alan Moore. Well, there is that, but he also created Cable. I mean, that's not too bad of a deal, right? Yeah, the Double R Diner, baby. Oh, is that a real place out there? Let's check it out. Yeah, Bueller. Shots, baby. You taking shots with us? You drank them out of House and Home, y'all. Yeah, Walt Simonson and Art Adams on those 3 issues of FF. That was a good team. Spilio says, Lady Spilio says, station to you and Bueller, and she says she loves you guys. Well, we love her too. So we'd go to Twin Peaks, we'd eat, we'd drink, and then maybe we'd go out after. On one night, we went out after, and we stayed out very, very late. That was Friday night last week was a wild-ass night. Maybe the less said, the better, but that was a wild night. And then Saturday, after the wild night of Friday, here's one of my favorite things. We all meet up Saturday at Twin Peaks. We're all drinking Cokes, iced teas. Everybody's like, "Oh, I don't want to drink tonight. We've been going too hard. We're gonna calm down." Then me and Bueller decide to go on the 450-foot long Star Flyers, 450 feet in the air, swinging. It's swings that swing around. And me and Bueller went on that. It was my idea. We wanted to go on the Slingshot. Slingshot was closed down. There was one down the street that was fine, but we didn't notice that until we were up there 450 feet in the air, me and Bueller on a swing. I'm freaking the fuck out, y'all. I am losing my shit. I'm holding on for dear life. You go to the park, to just the park at your own neighborhood. They got those swings that are like 2 feet off of the ground that have these big, hefty chains. These swings that are 450 feet up in the air have like wallet chains attached to them. I start freaking the fuck out. Bueller's happy, letting his hands up, swinging, dangling, trying to rock the fucking boat. I'm done like, stop, Bueller. I'm freaking out. We get down off that thing. My hands are shaking so bad. I was like, I got to go get a drink. So I go and I have me some Cuervo Silver. That leads to more Cuervo Silver, which leads to all of us drinking a little bit. And god damn it, if we didn't close down Twin Peaks again, and then Senior Frogs is open for one more hour. Let's go there. So then we go to Senior Frogs. I met Nerdy Girl there. Met a bunch of Whatnot people there. Partied. Had fun. Closed that place down. Then had to do the walk of shame all the way back. Oh my god, many walks of shame. So much fun. We had a crew. First night at Twin Peaks, it's me, Kevin, and Mike. Second night, we get a whole table of people. Third night, we get 2 whole tables of people. Fourth night, we're all outside, just trying to chill. Then we get wild again. We wind up at Senior Frogs. It's awesome. It was a fun time. Way too fun. Brian K. Vaughn and Fiona Staples. That's a good pairing. Howard Mackey and Mark Teixeira was a formative pairing for me on Ghost Rider. Hell yeah. OUG, you got to come down to MegaCon. I'll be there next year because MegaCon is party central, baby. It's time to meet the community. You know what I'm saying? Do shots, dance, fucking have fun. Let's get as many people at MegaCon as we can because I promised Bueller that next year we're doing the slingshot. I bet me and Bueller on a slingshot, because I think they give you the video footage, is what I read when I looked it up. They give you like a thumb drive with the video footage of you guys going up, right? Me and Bueller on the slingshot, that'd be viral. That'd be viral like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Mars and Lem, that's a really good one, actually. Hey, what's up, Circumstances? How you doing? That man's future must be so bright. Yeah, you know it. What did you try, John? Is anyone playing Marvel Snap? There you go. Spilio says, I tried, BJ. I didn't like it. Am I the only one that didn't like it? Was there not a Twin Peaks restaurant only served coffee and pie? No. I'm sure they had coffee and pie, but I was just concerned about Texas Philly cheesesteaks and tequila. And like all weekend long, people were like, let's get him another shot of tequila. I'm like, I was just drinking the tequila because it was $4. Now everybody thinks I'm a big tequila fan. And you know what? I am. So let's have another shot of tequila. Damn. We getting low tonight. Now I had to prove myself. You know what I'm saying? I got this reputation apparently in the comic book industry of being a guy who works hard and parties hard, and I think we proved that right. You know what I'm saying, man? Anyway, Kaiser, what is up? Kaiser says Hedrick is the man. Hell yes, he is. OUG says, funny, I have a better opinion of CGC than I do of Rob Liefeld. That's fine. That's fine. When? I don't say if, I say when. When we have Rob Liefeld on the channel, I know you'll behave yourself, OUG. Spilio met Hedrick. I took him over to meet Jonathan. Hedrick was so super nice, great guy to meet. And John read Dream Master and loved it. So there you go. Yeah, Jeff Johnson, Gary Frank. Hell yeah, that's a good one. Was there a karaoke night at MegaCon? There was not a karaoke night at MegaCon. We talked about it. Bueller had 3 songs picked out that he wanted to do, But we never made it. That was a little bit further down International Drive. We never made it that far. OUG says, I am not much of a drinker, but I'll help y'all get back to your hotels. OUG, Bueller's not much of a drinker either. We got Bueller fucked up, man. It was great. James says, Happy Easter Sunday, excitable PCP crew station. Happy Easter, everybody. Hardcore Station. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? Circumstances says hard pass on tequila. There was one, our buddy Nestor kept going like, I don't want tequila. Give me Jameson. Give me Jameson. I don't want tequila. So Nestor, I believe, is coming to the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. And if he does in fact make it, I'm going to have a bottle of tequila for him. Yeah, the tequila's kicking in, everybody. We're getting ready for the Teen Dog Shade stuff. Frankenfrog says, what's poppin', Robbie? I ate so many eggs. I like hard-boiled eggs a lot. Dream Master 4 was crazy good, I agree. Is $4 for a shot of tequila considered cheap? That is just $8 less than I would pay here. And alcohol here is really expensive. In my experience, $4 for a shot of tequila is cheap. But that's just me. The one night I made a mistake and I said Patron Silver, which is my preferred tequila. But I said Patron Silver, but I learned my lesson there. I'll tell you that. I've never had a bottle of tequila with a worm in it, James, so I don't know what to tell you there. I mean, I'll pop a gummy, but no drinks. Okay. That's fine, OUG. We'll be drinking enough anyway. Maybe next year I'm going to be like, maybe 2024 is going to be a year of like hardcore straight edge station. You know what I'm saying? Probably not, but you know what I'm saying. You never know what's happening in the future. But I like to drink, and I had a lot of people around me that like to drink, and a lot of people around me that just like to have fun and chill. And that's what we did. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of chilling. Tequila makes babies and nights in jail. Never had either, surprisingly enough. I loved being in Germany, says Twitch. Is that €2 shots of Sierra Gold tequila? I always bought 2 shots at a time, no training wheels, and did about 14 a night. Nice. Sometimes they would bring it with, they would never bring it with salt. I guess salt was at your table if you found it, but they would bring it with lime sometimes. I liked the lime. What I used to do back in the day was I would actually squeeze the lime into the tequila. Now I just drink the tequila, suck on the lime. I don't do the salt thing. Mark says, I believe I can see the future because I repeat the same routine. Mezcal is the one with the worm, says R. Ariaga. I have never even heard of Mindori, PJ. OUG says, when I used to drink, I was big into Jameson. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. It's Easter Sunday. It's a Teen Dog Shades night. We haven't really approached that subject yet, but we're about to get into it. I want to know this, because I'm about to take a quick break. I ask you this question. What does rebirth mean to you? Because to me, I could ask you what Easter means to you, right? What does Easter mean to you? You can answer that too if you want. To me, Easter is a representation of rebirth, resurrection. What does that mean to you? How important is it? We'll be right back here on Rockin Robbie Live.
Hey there, Dynamite fans. Come join us here at The Experience this Monday, April 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern, our usual time. And I think you already know at this point, it's going to be good no matter what. We're going to have the DC, we're going to have the Marvel, we're going to have the Dynamite, Rex and John and Robbie. Yes, Robbie's on Monday. We're going to, Nick will do something, he'll just intervene whenever he feels like it. And I'll try to make sure he doesn't do that. So no matter what, it'll be a great time. Remember, it's this Monday, April 10th, 6 p.m., only here on The Experience. Can't wait to see you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pop Culture Philosophers, in particular, Rockin Robbie Live, here on a Teen Dog Shades night for Easter Sunday, the day celebrating rebirth, renewal, resurrection, springtime. Here it is. We're here rebirthing PCP, rebirthing Rockin Robbie, and that's what we're doing. You can support us at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine PCP patrons right there, or with the Super Chat. We have not had a Super Chat tonight, but I'll tell you what. Super Chats at $10 or more, going to be accompanied with a shot, at least for this segment. I don't want to get too crazy. You can follow Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army, the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. You can find podcasts and even more at popculturephilosophers.com. Lots of links in the description below. Save you money on whatnot, on Dynamic Forces, at BlackBox Comics. We got a Shopify account. All of that helps support the channel, but all the support we need is you being here, participating in the conversation, liking, sharing, subscribing, and I'm on Twitter too. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at the Rockin Robbie. We have already had a great time tonight. What have we covered? Not too much, but we've just been bullshitting, but that's what we do here on Teen Dog Shades Night. When I last left you, I asked you, what does rebirth mean to you? What does it mean? What does rebirth signify in your life? We'll get to those comments very, very soon. We got PCP mystery boxes now available. They are $30. If you're interested, email us at popculturephilosophers@gmail.com. They will contain comics, trade paperbacks, cards, toys, original art, all kinds of fun, cool stuff. $30. That includes shipping. We got 10 available for this week. Email us if you're interested. Tomorrow night on PCP Movie Night, we're talking about Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, a cinema classic starring Estelle Getty and Sylvester Stallone. On Dylan's Horror Show Saturday night, we're going to be talking about The Invisible Maniac. I've never seen this movie, but as you can tell from that thumbnail, I'm kind of excited to check it out. But do check out Scarpad Sci-Fi Sojourns tomorrow before PCP Movie Night as they talk about 2010, the year we make contact. All right. We got a super chat from Spilios. Brothers for life. You know it, my man. This shot's for you, Spilio. Tequila Silver. Just like Orlando, my man. We're reliving those times. Here's to you, Spilio. Ow. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had a sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters. Shit. Now he fights with a man who's a fish named Abe. Now he fights with a fire starter named Liz and an ectoplasmic mess named Johann. PPRD. I am feeling loosey-goosey, and it's time to get juicy. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, y'all. I embarrassed myself enough. All right, so here we go. When I last left you, we asked, what is rebirth? What does it signify to you in your life? Rebirth, resurrection, Easter, all that kind of jam. But before that, coming up, DC Sneak Peek, Marvel in the 90s, Batman, PCP Movie Night Reveal, and the PCP Movie Night Poll for audience choice. Show and tell and more. Let's go up and see what happens. Ouroboros says, tequila activates the dragon's blood. You like dragons? Because I be dragging these nuts across your face. Anyway. Yeah, Robbie, get a bottle of tequila. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fine. You're not going to say anything silly. You're not going to go off the rails. We want to go off the rails on Teen Dog Shades nights, y'all. Let's take a look at the chat. Twitch says, I'm so far away from my drinking days, I get lit after 2 or 3 now. Man, if you were me right now, you'd be fucked. Happy Easter, says Bobby. Yeah, Easter Island, another thing I've been looking into this week. Is rebirth the same as afterbirth? Just asking for a friend. No, it's not quite the same. Closely connected. There is always afterbirth associated with rebirth. There's always some kind of discharge when you have a situation of rebirth. All right, OUG says, well, I am not a Christian. My religion is more nature-based, and nature is always a cycle that includes rebirth, especially right now, when flowers and trees are blooming. Yes, there is no coincidence involved in the fact that Easter, which is a major Christian holiday, is associated with spring, with the spring equinox. Now, it's not always on the equinox. Sometimes it is. Easter is also closely associated with not just the equinox, but the full moon. So one thing I learned this week I decided, let me refresh my brain on some of this stuff, because when it comes to different gods, little g gods, I'm very familiar with Roman, Norse, Greek, Egyptian, but there's a lot that I'm not. Asteros, I believe is the correct pronunciation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Asteros, Ishtar, both of them have this idea of Easter associated with them. And one thing I learned when I was doing some research this week, I say research when I was just diving into curiosity, right? There are a lot of YouTube videos about the true meaning of Easter, and most of them are from Christians that get very offended at the idea of the pagan roots of Easter. I just want to get this one out of the way real quick. So it's Teen Dog Shades night. I can be very honest with y'all. That's what we do here. All right. When the shades are on, there's no shade thrown. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in the Christian church, Baptist in particular, not Southern Baptist, that's a whole other animal, but a Baptist church in the South, which I'm sure is a whole different animal than a Baptist church in the North or something. It's not just denominational, but it's also regional. You know what I'm saying? So I went to a church that in the beginning was very, I want to say blood and thunder, love and thunder, not blood and thunder, love, blood and thunder, right? It eventually, there's this man named Andy. We'll call him Andy S. Andy S. was a major influence and role model and mentor in my life. This man was not just a man of God, meaning a preacher. He was not just a pastor, an ordained pastor. He was also a very studious person, and he was a physicist. And I learned a lot from my mentor, Andy, about religion, philosophy, science, and reality. And I've grown beyond that in the way that I went. But I was raised in the Christian church. So Easter to me was always the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. The more I got into other philosophies, the more I realized that a lot of Christian ideology is based on ideas that predate Christianity, okay? And I'm not just talking about the Judeo-Christian heritage, right? I'm not just talking about Judaism. I'm not just talking about the Kabbalah. I'm talking about, I think if you trace religion, I don't like that term. If you trace spirituality back, you get to shamanism, right? And the very first thing that us as humans could depend on was the cycle of the seasons. There's big cycles, there's small cycles, but they're all wheels within wheels. Almost like the vision of the angels in Ezekiel, right? So it's not a far stretch from me to understand the pagan roots of Christian holidays, because it is historical fact that Christianity flourished because the Roman Empire became the Holy Roman Empire. And the Empire of Rome was based heavily on all the cultures that they were consuming. Culture breeds spirituality. Actually, let me rephrase this. Spirituality, connection to the earth and to the cosmos, breeds community. It breeds religion, spirituality, right? I think the first thoughts that we had were the cyclical nature of the seasons of the sun. It goes very small. The sun rises and sets every day. There's a setting, or there's a rising, there's a peak, there's a setting, there's the anti-peak, if that makes sense. One of the things that I personally like to utilize in my own practice is an acknowledgement of the sun in different aspects, right? The rising sun, which is way different than the sun in victory, right? Which I mean, like noon sun, like high noon, right? Then the sun when it sets. And then the sun when it's directly below us, like the opposite of noon, the antithesis of noon, right? So there's this. I associate them with Egyptian gods. In the morning, it's Ra. It's rising. It's getting up. It's starting. I associate the noontime sun with Hathor. It's about beauty, victory. I associate the setting sun with Tum, which is splendor, joy, right? I associate the midnight sun with Kephra, which is silence, which is stillness. The seasons represent the same thing. Now, before we get to the sun, to the seasons, we have the moon. The moon, we can say, is the little sun. The moon is an object, obviously we know what it is scientifically speaking, but what is it spiritually speaking? The moon is an object that reflects the sun's light. That's scientific and that's philosophical. So what does that mean? It means that it's something that absorbs the energy of the sun and in a more diluted way spreads that out. So we have the phases of the moon, right? And we celebrate the 4 different aspects of it, right? Full moon, new moon, quarter moon, half moon, all that shit, right? Quarter waning, quarter, like the half moon that's waning and the half moon that's waxing. This harkens back. I'm a big fan of the Old Testament. I'm a big fan of the 5 books of Moses. So let me take you back to the Genesis story of Joseph, to many people here. The dream that he interprets from Pharaoh. 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. Okay, let's take that in. Let's take in the idea of the sun, the daily cycle. Let's take in the monthly cycle. Let's take in the yearly cycle. 4 points, y'all. 4 points always. Summer, fall, winter, spring. Sounds to me like we as humanity took the idea of nature and we learned from nature and observed from nature through the stars, through the sun, which is a star, the moon, and everything else. We put all that together. We got this idea. The idea is birth, life, death, burial. Birth, life, death, burial. Okay, let's think about this. When I say burial, it's better to say the grave. Silence of the grave, the void, if you will. That is daily. That's a daily pattern that repeats itself. It's a monthly pattern that repeats itself. It's a yearly pattern that repeats itself through the seasons. So daily through the sun, monthly through the moon, yearly through the seasons, which are related to the sun, obviously, and the passage of the earth across. We all know scientifically what that means. However, as above, so below. As within, so without. So what that means is this. There's a macrocosm, which is the cosmos. There's a microcosm, which is the soul. The soul, like the moon, reflects the cosmos, which is like the sun. Sun, moon. Microcosm, macrocosm. Right? Y'all following me? I know you are. I know you are because y'all all some sharp motherfuckers here. We're the PCP Army. Excitable we are, but we're the Army. There are many gods, little g gods. Because to me personally, there's a big G god and there's a bunch of little g gods. That's me personally. Am I polytheistic? Maybe. Am I monotheistic? Maybe. A lot of people don't like that word maybe, especially when it comes to things like spirituality. I think maybe is a strong word. And I think it's a word that we need to use more when we talk about belief, when we talk about spiritual matters. I have learned and evolved more in my personal life when I go with maybe over definitively yes or no. So there are many stories throughout history, throughout humanity, that reflect the macrocosm of the cosmos, the cycles of nature. They reflect that within. Like the moon reflects the light of the sun, the human soul reflects the light of the cosmos. Does that make sense? So there's that. We have the legend of Osiris. Osiris, who was murdered by Set, discovered by Heru, his son Horus. Osiris. The idea of an evil force. Not even that. Take away the evil force. The idea of a being of truth and light being killed, buried, and silent, and then being resurrected. The time of Asar is right now, my friends. The time of Osiris is right now. The time of renewal, of rebirth. Okay. Osiris. The myth. Okay, there we go. Mithra is another one. Dionysus, Bacchus, the Greek and Roman equivalents. A god who dies for a while, comes back. Persephone is related to all of that as well. Bacchus, Dionysus, the god of the vine, vegetation, grapes, right? The harvesting that we have, that we had to develop as an agricultural society. I believe that had a very definitive impact on our spiritual growing as a society. So, whether it's Asteros, whether it's Osiris, whether it's Bacchus, whether it's Dionysus, whether it's Jesus, y'all get where I'm going here now? And I'm not trying to offend anybody. But if I'm worried about offending Christians, I should be worried about offending other people, including pagans, ceremonial magicians, Jewish people, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus. It's all the same to me. That's just me. We're Teen Dog Shadesy, so we're getting it. Here's the thing, though. My ideas are just ideas because I am a student of a man named Robert Anton Wilson. And Robert Anton Wilson said something that really struck me. He said, I don't have beliefs. I have ideas. Belief is the death of intelligence. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that when you believe something that you're stupid. That's not what I'm saying at all. I don't want anybody to think that. For instance, this just happened this last week, and I knew it was going to happen. Second Coming, Trinity, #1, made my pick of the week. And I told friends of mine, I was like, hey, I'm going to be getting some comments that I'm partaking in blasphemy. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Most people that would say that Second Coming is a blasphemous book haven't read the book. They read what it's about. They have their ideas about what it's about, and those ideas turn into beliefs. When you believe something, it's hard to let go. Think of Kevin Smith's Dogma. Rufus, played by Chris Rock, the 13th forgotten apostle, mentions this. He didn't want people to believe in him. He wanted people to have ideas. People will kill and die for a belief, but for an idea, they'll discuss it. There's the difference there. So all of this is a way of just me kind of getting around to this idea. I was raised Christian. There was a point in my life where the Christian church was starting to hurt me more than it was helping me. That's a particular situation we can get into in another day. If you want to speak to me personally about it, we'll do that. So I decided I wanted to dive in outward. And where I started with was, as a Christian, I started with Judaism, and I studied Judaism. What if I didn't believe Christ was the Messiah promised in ancient Jewish scripture? What's the story there? That led me to wanting to study Islam. The monotheistic religion, the big three monotheistic religions of today: Christianity, Judaism, Islam. I studied all three of those. That led me then, afterwards, I was like, let's go into Buddhism. Sure, why not, right? Then I briefly kind of skimmed over Hinduism, right? And I always had a love for learning the mythologies of Greece and the Nordic cultures and Egyptian cultures in particular. So then eventually, I was heavily inspired by a comic book writer who we know as Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison inspired me to dive deeper. And the deeper I dived, just like with, say, quantum mechanics, the deeper we go into the nature of reality, the more we realize we don't know and how much it all kind of makes sense when it's all taken together. I've discussed this on the channel before. It's not something I discuss very frequently because it's part of my practice not to discuss it very frequently. And it's probably the main reason why I have not done a Teen Dog Shades night in a while, because I felt like maybe I was getting a little too loose with it. Spirituality should be personal. Some people can get offended by spiritualities because it feels like if you feel like it contradicts your belief, if you feel like my ideas conflict with your beliefs, that can be a dissonant thing to deal with, right? I don't want to be that, because I believe, there's that word, my idea is that what works for you works for you. But it's all tied in together. It's pretty much a fact that Christianity exists today because the Roman Empire adopted it. Now, the Roman Empire was a polytheistic society that had many cultures ingrained into it. And as I said earlier, culture is what breeds spirituality. There is a common core thread throughout every culture's spiritualities and ideas about spirituality. And I believe, there's that word again, let me correct myself. None of us are perfect. It is my idea that Easter is tied into the idea of rebirth, renewal, resurrection, an idea that existed in what we would call pagan societies, pagan religions, an idea that existed to the Greeks, to the Norse. The Norse, Balder died, reborn. To the Greeks, Dionysus. To the Romans, Bacchus. To the Egyptians, Osiris. To the Persians, Mithra. These are gods that represent ideas. I believe that what a little g god is a thought form. There's that word again. Damn it. My idea is that little g gods represent ideas. Ideas that can become so prevalent throughout humanity, they wind up coalescing into an actual thought form, is what we call it. Bacchus, Dionysus, Osiris, Balder. These are all the same idea as Christ, to me. The sacrificial God. I can go further. Let's tie it into 20th century American mythology. It's Superman. It's Superman. Powered by the sun, died, buried, and was resurrected, y'all. Superman's got his own passion. We were there for it, most of us. 1993, baby. Maybe it was 92. It was 93, right? Maybe it was 92. End of 92, beginning of 93, something like that. The death, burial, and resurrection of Superman is very much the same to me as the Easter story, the Passion of the Christ. It's very much the same to me as Dionysus, the Bacchal rituals, right? Very much tied into me with the Osiris myth. So I am not offended as a former Christian, because I don't identify as Christian anymore. It's a part of my philosophy. It's part of my ideas. And in my own spiritual practice, I still utilize a lot of Judeo-Christian ideas because that's what's ingrained in me. But this is a time to celebrate, regardless of your religion. It's a time to celebrate rebirth. What does that mean? It means to me that throughout our lives, we have periods of death. Sometimes it's the final one. But sometimes we kill ourselves inside. Sometimes intentionally, other times not so intentionally. Here's the important part of it, though. It's not the death that matters. It's the birth that happens. We say the same thing around the winter solstice, where the sun dies for 3 days. It sets and doesn't move. And then 3 days later, it starts moving again. The winter solstice and the spring equinox kind of are very much related. And then we got all of it's related. All of it is. This is the cycle of life. The circle of life. Me personally, I've gone through many deaths, burials, and resurrections. I am in the middle of a resurrection right now. There's a piece of me that died around Christmas time. Very hardcore, y'all. It was a rough Christmas for me. Probably the roughest Christmas I've ever had. I was missing my mom. I was missing my family, who I haven't seen in a long time. I live in the same town. Just, you know what adult life is like. I was pushing away my friends and only spending time with them on a screen, right? I I don't want to live like that. I had to kill part of me that was bringing me joy, which was streaming every fucking night on YouTube, connecting with you. There was a rebirth that's been happening. I know a lot of people talk about the hat thing. What? Robbie stopped the hat. Robbie got a trim. Robbie got a good cut. Robbie started wearing nicer clothes. We all lead ourselves to death. And I did that. And resurrection and rebirth and renewal can happen, and it's beautiful, and it's happened many times in my life. But sometimes you need someone to move that stone away. I had a very special someone come into my life around that time who removed that stone for me and declared, "He is not here, he is risen." And it's been a journey since then. A journey of self-examination. A journey of killing things. Parts of me that I gotta let go, that I want to let go. Embracing parts of me I want to embrace, that need to be embraced. That's what this time of year represents to me. It's a time of reflection. Christmas to me is a time to represent death. Letting go of things. Easter is a time for me to embrace things. To embrace new life. To embrace new ideas, new ways of thinking. To evolve. To become better. To kill parts of ourselves so that other parts can be reborn and grow anew. Just like the seasons. Just like the sun every day. Just like the moon every month. Just like the earth every year. We need these cycles in our lives. Because I know so many people that they become one way. They have an idea that changes to a belief. A very stern belief. And every day they die a little bit and they just keep dying. And there's no rebirth. There's no renewal. There's no re-examination. 311 taught me this in a song that's been popping up on my Spotify feed because I don't believe in coincidence. I turn coincidence into significance. There's the 311 song, Reconsider Everything. That's what it is to me. It's about examining yourself, killing what needs to die, and rebirthing what needs to live. I feel like I am in a point in my life where I am super rebirthing right now, y'all. There's going to be afterbirth. There's going to be not so good things attached to it. But there's got to be a death attached to it too. Christ dying on the cross. Being buried for 3 days in the tomb. And rising on Sunday, Easter Sunday, represents so much to me about my life. Asar is the same story. It's always tied into Passover as well. Passover is a very similar story. Death that leads to renewal. We have to kill aspects of ourselves to grow. You have to prune the plant to let it flourish. What does that mean in particular? At this point in Rockin Robbie's life, what it means is this. It's more than a haircut. It's more than tossing the hat aside. I still wear hats. It's more than a girlfriend or a new lover or something like that. It's about listening to the rhythm of reality. It's about understanding the nuance of things. We all have our ways. We all have our ideas that turn to beliefs, that turn to habits. We got to be willing to let those go. I don't want to be stagnant in my life. I don't want to do the same thing every day, all day. I don't want this to be my life. I want my life to grow. I want to experience things. I want to flourish. So I've made some changes to this channel that are going to not just directly affect me, but you as well. I was talking to my friends. Mind if I take a shot of tequila? I was talking to my friends this last weekend about it. I had a chat with Bueller. Had a chat with Spilio. Had a chat with the light of my life right now. She's amazing. I wish y'all could meet her. She's the best person I've ever fucking met. I have met many women and men in my life that have impacted me. Nobody like her. So I had to make some hard decisions. I had to kill some things. So I'm going to be streaming less because I want to live more. And I want my streams with y'all to matter. I want them to be impactful. I want them to be important. That being said, a few changes are going to be made to the channel and my appearances on other shows. Number one, nothing changes as far as the weekly comic book review, the weekly pop culture wrap-up, or PCP movie night. Those are fine. They're golden. But I can't stream every night, drink every night, hurt myself every night. I can't do that anymore. I can't fill my schedule up with solely PCP. I work a full-time job, y'all. I run a comic shop. I lost sense of my life. And in doing so, I had a slow death. Well, it's time to rebirth. Here's what that is going to entail. And I'm going to get to y'all's comments soon. And I know that this is what Teen Dog Shades nights are for. Will we get to Marvel in the 90s? Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see what happens. This is my chance to talk to y'all. And I'm glad to do it. Rockin Robbie Live. Y'all know me. I love this show. I love this show so much. It's not going away. But instead of going hardcore 6 times in a row and then taking off 2 or 3 weeks, because I'm burning myself out, because that's what's been happening, y'all. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I've been burning myself out. Rockin Robbie Live every other week. 2 times a month. I know, it sucks. I'm going to miss y'all too. But we're not going anywhere. It's just every other week. So for instance, no Rockin Robbie Live next week. But we got the show with Dan Waters. But we'll be back in 2 weeks. Even though the expo is 2 weeks from now, I'm committed to be here for you guys. Because I love this show and I love conversing with y'all. And I hope that y'all realize how important this is to me. I want to be better for y'all. As well as for me. Rockin Robbie Live. Basically twice a month now. Monthly review doesn't change. Last Thursday of every month, pretty much, we're going to be talking about the best comics of the month. Creator interviews. This has already changed. Just doing one a month. Dan Waters for April. What's in May? I don't know. We want Josh back on the show, but we also want Nick Cagnetti to come back on the show too, or to come to the show for the first time. So once a month. Maybe there's occasionally a time where it's going to be twice. None of this is set in stone. This isn't the 15, my bad, 10 Commandments. Rockin Robbie Live twice a month. Creator interviews once a month. Monthly review once a month. That's obvious. It can only happen once a month. This one was hard for me right here. Dylan's Horror Show, y'all. Until Horror Fest. Because y'all know me, I started Horror Fest. There's no way I'm goddamn missing Horror Fest or March Madness. But for right now, I'm only doing one show on DHS a month. Y'all, I love you so much. I love Dylan so much. I felt it was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my YouTube career was telling Dylan that I'm dropping to one show a month. But he understood. He understood what I've been going through, what I'm thinking about, what my ideas are, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So much love to Dylan, y'all. I'm going to miss it every week. I love every week sitting there with Verno, Fable, Steph, Verno, and even Scarpad. I'm going to miss it. I'll do one show a month on DHS, though. I'll still be there. And I beg of you, please continue to support DHS. I'm still doing intros. Mike's still doing thumbnails. I'm still actively involved. I'm just only going to appear once a month. When I stream, I give it my all. I dedicate much time, more time than what is spent on screen is what is dedicated to things like DHS, to Rockin Robbie Live, to PCP Movie Night. I love Dylan so much. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my YouTube career was to let him know that I'm backing off. Please continue your support of DHS. Please still be there every Saturday. I plan on popping in, just chatting with them for a little bit in the chat and dipping out. I love those dudes so much. I love Dylan so much. Please continue to support Dylan. And when it comes time for Horror Fest, I'm there, baby. So my April show is Invisible Maniac. That's going to be this upcoming Saturday. But in order to grow, in order to rebirth ourselves, we got to kill pieces of ourselves. We got to do it. It's hard for me to talk about this. It's very personal. I'm a very private person. As much as I share here on the channel, I am still a very private person, to the point where it's been brought to my attention that I don't even share very much with some of those that are closest to me. I want to mean more to the people in my life. I don't want to just hang out with Brooks and Jelani on a screen. Those are two of my oldest friends. And these last couple months, I've spent time with them. And I've enjoyed it. This is a time of rebirth, not just for me, but for PCP. For the crew, excitable we are. For the channel, and for you, the army. And you know what? We're no longer an army. Fuck the PCP army. We're a family. PCP family, baby. So that's what I wanted to say. Let me look at your comments, and then we're going to take a quick break. This may be the most honest I've ever been here live. And I hope y'all support me in it. If not, it's fine. We can go our separate ways. Twitch says, rebirth is a dramatic change in one's life to where there is no going back, but requires acceptance to be fulfilled. I was fundamentally changed by my time in the army, and particularly my time in Afghanistan. I never realized it at the time, but looking back, this month marks 18 years since OEF 6 kicked off for me. And I find myself really having to come to grips with things I experienced. We got your back. You got us, man. We got you back. OUG says, poetically, it's the washing away of time and sin to bring about change and occurs after reflection. Hell yeah. Spilio says, rebirth to me means a fresh start because, hell, no one is perfect and life is freaking hard. We all need a fresh restart every once in a while. Lars says, I would say that rebirth in a Christian sense means nothing to me. I believe that there is something to believe in that excludes divinities like hope or love. Well, to me, hope and love become thought forms. They become divinities. But I get what you're saying 100%. Terminology means a lot. Whatever terminology works for you. Trade Paper Dad says, rebirth to me requires dying or killing off some part of yourself and changing into a new thing, similar to a caterpillar dying into a chrysalis, and reborn as a butterfly. I just dropped so low here. I want to get to y'all's comments before we take the break. There we go. Ouroboros. Ouroboros Snake, you know exactly what rebirth is, right? You should. The constant state of destruction and creation has always meant to me a fresh mental and spiritual perspective after a period of rest or stagnation. Also creativity. Hell yes. Goose is in the house. What is up, Goose? Can't have Easter without an Easter goose. Your Teen Dog shades. My bad. Your Teen Dog trade paperback is going to be ready for you probably Wednesday or Thursday. OUG says, pagan roots with Easter, with Christmas, LOL. Marco says, same, raised Baptist in the South. Bobby says, I dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. Well, that's a term that means a lot. Let's unpack it sometime. OUG says, raised Episcopalian here, left it when I realized I didn't jive with the beliefs. Ouroboros says, all gods are cool, don't yuck someone's yum, I believe. I agree 100%. It's my idea. OUG says, yeah, it's because they needed to take over pagans and found it easier to convert them if they let them keep some of their customs. Xmas tree equals the Yule tree. Empire says, we need to smoke a blunt and talk about this stuff. Man, that was my idea for season 3 or for section 3. Y'all, I know I promised all this shit like Marvel in the 90s, and we'll do the DC sneak peek though. We'll see what happens. Spirituality breeds custom for most. I mean, atheists are not into this. Constantine made Christianity the main religion of Rome and created Constantinople. Yeah. Reflections are opposites yet equal. Ouroboros says, Leviticus fan out here. Me too. Deuteronomy to me is one of the most beautiful books of the Bible. Fuck yeah, Bobby, with the moon phases. The thing, though, is OUG, if you really look at Leviticus, you can look at it as at the dogmatic rules-based side, but what I love about Leviticus and Deuteronomy in particular is that all of these laws, when you really like pull yourself above them and peel yourself off that layer of legalism It's all about justice. It's all about loving one another. Yep, OUG. Rufus and Dogma said it's better to have a good idea. Can we go back to talking about comics? Not on a Teen Dog Shades night. We will, though. OUG says, I'm a Celtic gal myself, but I love this Egyptian stuff. Twitch says, the fact that Kevin Smith joined protesters of Dogma is still one of the greatest things ever. Dude, I think if you're offending anyone, it's because they aren't understanding you. Twitch says, Book of Mormon makes great commentary about how things could be shaped by man but hold greater meaning, even if it isn't true. Lars says, why does it need to be anyone? Why is it that humanity always cannot stand by themselves and needs some kind of god or gods? I think it's the idea that we turn our ideas into gods. And those gods, over time, become actual things, actual entities. Maybe. Who knows? There's the subjective and the objective idea of little g gods. Ouroboros Snake says, Grant's brain is a gift to humanity. I agree. If you like Grant Morrison, check out Robert Anton Wilson. Ouroboros, I'm sure you have. Just kind of skimming through the chest right now. Mike says, just joining the chat after the long holiday weekend. What's with the shades, Robbie? You got Tommy Monaghan, Hitman situation going on? Nah, it's Teen Dog Shades is when we get a little bit more spiritual. A little bit more into ideas. All these stories about gods who got resurrected is a lack of originality? I don't believe so. I believe it's an important lesson to learn. Oh, like number 50? Are we at 69 likes yet? We're at 54 likes, y'all. Let's get to 69. Come on. Thank you, OUG. Christmas was fine. It was rough, but it was fine. Ouroboros says, proud of your rebirth, brother. It's a beautiful metamorphosis. OUG says, guys, we are seeing something profound here tonight. Take this in. Twitch says, if you ever get the chance, you should check out The Forgotten City. That game has some amazing philosophical discussions about the nature of spirituality. Papakin Comics and more says, I enjoy your eclecticism. Thank you. And 311, y'all. I'm not even lying. 311 is one of my favorite bands, if not my favorite. Death leads to birth. In tarot, the death card doesn't represent death. It's a journey to new beginnings. Absolutely. I fuck with the tarot. By the way, can we take a moment to have a official station moment? We lost a friend of one of my friends this week. We lost a very influential comic book creator and a very influential leader in the world of tarot. Rachel Pollack passed away. And one of my good friends, Joe Corallo, was really good friends with her. And let's just take a moment to, let's just take a moment of silence for Rachel Pollack. Secretly, this is a murder confession. No, Twitch. Bobby says RoboCop died and was rose again. Yes, exactly. That's RoboCop is an Easter allegory. Lars says, I am sorry for your hardships and glad that you are doing better, but this is the longest sermon tutorial I've ever heard in decades. OUG says, aw, she sounds really special. And Spilio says, yes, she does, OUG. You should see his face when talking to her. Awesome. Yeah, John saw me on the phone with her a few times when I was in Orlando. She's great. She's so fucking great. She is so fucking great. I spent the afternoon with her. And we went and watched Super Mario Brothers, which is an awesome fucking movie, actually. Steph is in the house. What's up, Missing Link? How you doing, bro? You came up a lot in MegaCon. You have to come down next year to MegaCon. It's going to be a yearly tradition now, Spilio. Verno rebranded his channel. Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to be doing a show with Verno, but we've had to delay it 2 different times. Eric says, the DHS crew is strong, though. Positive moves in life make for a better experience. I agree. I agree. One of the reasons why I made this decision was because I think Dylan's got a really good, strong support behind him and a great crew. We got Mike in the house. What is up, Mike? Steph, I know you guys will have the fort down. Yes, Billy, this is real. Yes, it is a Teen Dog Shades night. What's up, Dark Purple, Gold, Roses? Jay is in the house. What is up? Love you, brother, and if this helps you and betters you, then we're all for it. Yeah, my shows with the experience, by the way, are not going to change. In fact, there's conversations about adding another show to that. If it happens, y'all are really, really going to like it. Billy, you're totally off base. You know I don't fucking love the government. I fuck the government. There is no spoon. RoboCop is a ripoff of Judge Dredd. Well, whatever it takes, we need this message of rebirth. All right, I feel like that was a whole segment in and of itself. So we're taking a quick break. When we come back, DC sneak peek for sure. We'll see if we get to the rest. If not, we'll get to it in 2 weeks. We'll be right back here on Rockin Robbie Live, y'all. Love you. Where's the button? Cannot see it. Oh, we still got the PCP Crew's Choice. Yeah, all right, y'all. I'm sorry. We're scrapping Marvel in the 90s and Batman, but I will show you the Batman segment, like the clip. Fuck it. We're going to do it all. We're going to do it all, goddammit. We'll do it live. We'll be right back here on Rockin Robbie Live.
play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey there, Dynamite fans. Come join us here at The Experience this Monday, April 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern, our usual time. And I think you already know at this point, it's going to be good no matter what. We're going to have the DC, we're going to have the Marvel, we're going to have the Dynamite, Rex and John and Robbie. Yes, Robbie's on Monday. We're going to, Nick will do something, he'll just intervene whenever he feels like it. And I'll try to make sure he doesn't do that. So no matter what, it'll be a great time. Remember, it's this Monday, April 10th, 6 p.m., only here on The Experience. Can't wait to see you.
Yeah, John is a tall motherfucker. Spilio is tall as shit, y'all. He made me look like tiny, and I'm like average height, 5'11", whatever it is. But no, John Spilio is very tall and big and just giant. It's fucking inspiring me. I'm like, I want to get back into the gym and get these pumped up, man. It's awesome. All right. I know we've gotten Teen Dog Shadesy in the past. This may have been the most personal I've ever been on this channel. So station to that. All this shit run around at the bottom, pay attention to it. It's fine. Let's do another shot of Jose Silver. Oh, lordy me. All right. Coming up, DC sneak peek. Marvel in the 90s. Batman. We're going to fly through these in a very respectful way. Oh, that's delicious. Tastes like Florida, John. Tastes like Florida. How's everybody doing? Lars says, the only thing I have to smoke is Lucky Strikes, and I have started my second passage. Jay says, John Spilio, super jealous Robbie got to hang with you. I saw the pictures. I knew you were a big dude, but damn, you're a Spartan and half, boss. Jay, you're jealous of me for hanging out with Spilio? You're not jealous of Spilio for hanging out with me? What the fuck, man? God damn it. I mean... What do I got to say instead of God damn it? Like, I get that. Like, words have meaning. I don't want to do that. What the fuck? I used to just say Robbie damn it. But I'm not a god. No gods, no masters. Right? That's right, Twitch. Fuck the government. Nestor, what is up, my man? Bruh, I've been shouting you out all night. My man, Nestor right there. How you doing? I told everybody that when you got into town, if you're coming for the expo, we're going to give you a whole bottle of tequila silver since you like tequila so much. No, I'll have a bottle of Jameson ready for you, my man. East Side. Love you, Nestor. Nestor took care of me, made me feel like royalty, y'all. Oh my God. Yes, shots. Let's do another shot. This is for Nestor. Fuck it. It's the most off the rails Rockin Robbie live ever. But I'm only telling you, what am I doing? I only poured a half a shot. Okay. Now I know how you felt, Nestor. Hell yeah, you'll be there. I'll show you the west side of Huntsville. Technically, I'm on the west side, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Nestor, everybody, throw a mighty hearty station out there for Nestor. Fucking a general of the PCP army. Fuck yeah. Love you, bruh. Oh, fuck off, Nestor. We don't talk about that. What happens in Orlando stays in Orlando, man. Good to see you, buddy. John Spilio says, I did fanboy a lot when I first met Robbie. It's okay. Does that shot glass hold 4 CL? I don't know what it is, but it's my Yankees shot glass. Yankees doing well. How about them Lakers? Won again. Hold on. All the games should be... Where are we at right now? Are we still 7th seed? Did we move up? What's going on? NBA standings. Western Conference. We're still 7th. Are there games being played right now that impact that, or are we just locked in the 7th? Either way, yeah, bruh, it was epic times, Nestor. 100%, bruh. I love you so much, man. I've been meaning to send you a message. You know what I love? There was a piece of me inside of me that was like kind of nervous to give, quote unquote, fans of the channel my personal phone number. Can I tell you that Spilio and Nestor both have my personal phone number? And actually, I'm disappointed in the lack of communication. I had to message John last night, be like, bro, I bought a bottle of tequila so we could relive fucking Orlando tonight. Love you, Nestor. Yeah, it's set. Fuck yeah, Nestor, you're going to be here. We're going to take you out. We're going to have fun. We got Liana Kangas coming into town. We're going to take Liana and company out, show her some things. We're going to show you some things. I'm going to show you a good time, motherfucker. Nestor, when you come to Huntsville, you're a goddamn king. You know what I'm saying? Clippers clinched. Hell yeah. Oh, the playoffs are all set. I see. John, when you come to Huntsville, you're goddamn royalty as well. You and Britt. Y'all are great. And if Javon ever makes it here, he's royalty as well. By the way, didn't even mention this. I got to finally meet Comic Tom in person. You know, I've done plenty of shows with Tom. Never got to meet Tom in person. I was hoping that Jim would be able to make it. Jim Mint. He was not able to make it. But I did get to meet Comic Tom in person. And he complimented my hair. He complimented the channel. He loved my reviews. And he told me, something he said. He goes, doing a weekly comic book review is hard work. I tried it. I couldn't keep up. Jim tried it. He didn't keep up. You are the master of it. So I just want everybody to know, because people have asked me this. Actually, believe it or not. Because I've never had Tom on the channel. But me and Tom are cool. We've always been cool. And meeting each other in person was super fucking cool. I just wish we could have got him out to fucking... I just wish we could have got Tom out to Twin Peaks and Rachel's. You know what I'm saying, Nestor? Tom is a good dude, man. I love that dude so much. You know, he's already agreed to be on the channel multiple times. So we got to bring him on. Yeah, dude, could you... Tom couldn't have handled himself. Just bullshitting, y'all. All right, believe it or not, DC's got books out this week. I read them. I'm going to let you know what I thought about them. It's time for your DC sneak peek. All right, so I only read 5 DC books this week, so it's a light week. But first of all, Wildcats number 6. This was originally solicited to me as a retailer as a 6-issue miniseries. Here's issue 6. If this was the final issue, I would be like, bullshit. Bullshit. That being said, a decent enough 6th issue. I am a mark for Wildcats. I have every issue of Wildcats, volume 2 and up. I am trying to fill all of my volume 1. I don't have too many left to fill that whole thing. I'll send y'all a list. Don't worry about it. But Wildcats by Matthew Rosenberg. He understands the characters. The problem to me still is that he's having to place it within the DC universe. It doesn't quite fit for me. I want the Wildstorm stuff. I want the Wildcats to exist on their own. I don't need a mystery. The Cherubim versus the Daemonites. That's all I need. That's all I need. Like, I don't need all this playing around. Oh, Super Clark Kent's here. I don't need all of that. That being said, this was an interesting enough issue, but where are we fucking going? That's the only question I have. Next up, Batman Incorporated issue number 7. obviously the best writer for Batman Incorporated ever is always going to be Grant Morrison. My guru, right? God damn. My bad. Hold on. Barbados damn if Batman Incorporated by Ed Brisson is not one of the best fucking comics out from DC right now. This book is amazing. It's always dynamic. It always takes all of these characters and it can bounce them around. It can bring balance to a team book. This is so heavily inspired by Ghostmaker and Ghostmaker and Clown Hunter, but all of the other members of Batman Incorporated get spotlighted. A great Professor Pig story, a great conclusion to that Professor Pig story, and an absolutely a phenomenal setup for what's to come. Batman Incorporated is one of DC's best books. On the low, it really is. Superman Lost #2. This might be a spec book this week, because everybody's going to be like, oh, it's the first appearance of this new powered Superman. Not really, but kind of. I'll go ahead and show you. The last page is there. That's the last page. How we get there, though, is awesome. This book was awesome. It's Christopher Priest. He likes to play around with structure. He likes to play around with that kind of stuff. Now, Carlos Pacleon is also credited as a plotter. The artwork is amazing. The story is really fun, very breezy. This was a very quick issue of Superman Lost. But all of my problems with the first issue, where I said, the idea is this. Superman goes through a singularity through trying to save the universe. He goes through a singularity. He comes out of it, and he spends all this time in the far reaches of the galaxy or the universe or whatever the fuck, right? And when he comes back, he's different. He's changed. And in the last issue, I was like, I don't understand it. This one brings the understanding, brings the excitement, the light, breezy fucking read. It's really cool. I'm using the F-bomb too much. You can tell I've been drinking. Danger Street is here with issue number 5. It was all right. Danger Street is a Tom King book, which means it's inconsistent to me, right? It goes up and down. Like, I think it's really good. By the end of it, I was very intrigued. But throughout this book, I was actually, honestly, kind of bored. I loved issue 1. I was completely doled out by issue number 2. 3 and 4 really brought it back together. 5 is a little bit of a lull. As I'm reading it, I am like, it's getting boring. But when we get to the end, I see what's going on. That being said, I guess what I'm saying is, I trust Tom King and Jorge Fornes to bring me to an ending of this book. I did enjoy issue 5 by the end of it, but it took getting to the end to enjoy it. Then we got a brand new one. Sandman Presents Nightmare Country, The Glass House. Amazing artwork. Absolutely astonishing artwork from Lissandro Esterin. Trying to figure out if Del Pici is the colorist, because the coloring in this book is the artistic highlight. I don't know who did what, but the coloring in this book is amazing. I didn't mean to flip out on the devil orgy scene, but anyway, if you've been reading what James Tynion's been building in the Nightmare Country, and I thought that they wrapped that up very quickly and then just set up Dead Boy Detectives, and then we get this idea that there's another mini-series introducing a new character, some familiar concepts, amazing artwork. This was the best DC book I read this week. Esterin is a fantastic artist. The coloring is phenomenal in this book. The coloring is one of the best parts of this book. It is incredibly well done, well balanced, incredibly nuanced. I thought that book was amazing. So to recap, Wildcats. Jury's still out. Batman Incorporated. This book is fucking awesome. If you're not reading this book, read it. This is one of the DC best books out right now. Superman Lost, issue 2 to me was way better than issue number 1. Danger Street was a dull, boring trek to get through until I got to the end, and I loved it. And Nightmare Country was really solid, and that was my favorite DC book of the week. If you liked the previous work that James Tynion did on the character of the Corinthian and the Nightmare Country book, you'll like it. And that has been your DC Sneak Peek. All right. Take a look at the comments. As I take a look at the comments, I'm going to say this. I watched Super Mario Brothers today, and I loved it. I am not here to give a full-fledged review, but I told Brooks I'd give it a 3.69. If I was a kid, it would be a 4.69 or a 5. It's definitely geared towards kids. My one problem is the Bowser stuff, but at the same time, that was fun, so actually, fuck that. 4 you digs from me for the Super Mario Brothers movie. Animation was top-notch. Voice acting was top-notch. All of the references, Easter eggs galore. I'm not just talking about the musical cues or like the characters involved, but like everything. Like Mario is playing Kid Icarus on his Nintendo. Like it's fucking awesome. A Nintendo fanboy's dream. Y'all should check it out. Let's take a look at the chat. I did not read them with the shades on center. Lars says, the comic review is what brought me to this channel, and it is still a weekly comic book highlight. Thank you so much for saying that. Ouroboros says, I love this series of Wildcats. OUG says, Grifter is one of my comic book boyfriends. I would agree, but I only like Grifter when he's got the long coat. I appreciate the long coat. OUG says, I finally started reading Batman Inc. It's so good. Are Ghostmaker and Clown Hunter cool now? Yes, circumstances. Absolutely. I love King Tynan, but I thought the Ghostmaker stuff was whack. You'll like it here. Trust me. There's a moment. So there's a moment in issue 7 where Ghostmaker has a lot of the major Batman villains right there. He could kill them. But he doesn't because he made a promise to Batman that he wouldn't kill in Gotham. Okay? So he turns them all over to the Bat family. And he tells Nightwing, spoilers, he tells Nightwing, I could easily kill all these motherfuckers and save thousands of lives. But I'm giving them to you. So if you let them escape, the deaths are on you. And Ghostmaker does not take these deaths lightly because the next day when he sees a news report about these deaths, look at that fucking face, y'all. If you don't think Ghostmaker is going to be a problem for the Bat family coming up in the future, you are dead fucking wrong. And I'm all here for it. Tom King on Wonder Woman. Spilio, we talked about this. I have much hesitancy to be excited about Tom King on an ongoing title, but I am very excited to check it out. Just here for the Blue Beetle review. The book's not working for me, so I didn't read it, but the movie looks really cool. How was Chris Pratt? All of the previews made his performance seem to be lacking. Chris Pratt's fine as Mario. He's great. We've already seen Ghostmaker's face. We've already seen that, OUG, haven't we? All right. I was down to do, it's already ready, Marvel in the 90s. It's already ready. We're going to talk about Uncanny X-Men 272. We're going to go through it. We're going to pick it apart. That ain't going to happen. We were all excited for Batman. It's ready. I watched it. It's not going to happen tonight. 2 weeks. Batman. This has been a special Teen Dog Shades night. Sometimes the Teen Dog Shades overtake the entire show. So we're going to save that. But I want y'all to see this awesome intro that Perry sent me. So let's go ahead and do it.
This is Pop Culture Philosophers, and you're watching Batman. Fuck, I shouldn't have gotten so high, dude.
That shit cracks me up. But what takes precedence over the typical Rockin Robbie Live stuff is me doing shots. I'll do another half shot here. Batman, we're going to be talking about the Underdwellers 2 weeks from today. So get ready. That's your homework. Uncanny X-Men 272 and Batman episode The Underdwellers. We're going to talk about that. But for now, it's a Teen Dog Shades night, which is overtaking everything. So let's just embrace chaos. The lime is so good after a shot of tequila silver. I feel spent. All right. But how are we going to finish the show? Have you guys ever wanted to chill with me as I smoke weed? Now's your time. Look at that beautiful pre-rolled marijuana cigarette with keef all wrapped around it. Oh my goodness. All right. So what this means is this. Not for the first time on air am I smoking weed. But I'm smoking weed on a Teen Dog Shades night openly with you, and it's time to wrap up the show. That means, what do you want to talk about? Any question. No holds barred. What do you want to chat about? Is it legal in Alabama? Sure. Let's say that. Interfacer is going to go rip the bong. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. Teen Dog Shades night. Robbie's smoking. Let's get to it. Oh, fuck the movie lineups. Shit, I forgot about that. We got to do this. All right, we're doing this right now. We're going to reveal the lineup for PCP movie. And thank you, Mark, by the way, for reminding me of that. All right, y'all. PCP mystery boxes are now available. $30. That includes shipping. They include at least 10 comics, a trade paperback, a pack of unopened vintage cards, an original artwork from me, and a toy/trinket. $30, including shipping. If you're interested, you want to support the channel and get something in return, I curate these specifically to the person who has ordered them $30. Email us at popculturephilosophers@gmail.com. All right, we're about to reveal the PCP Movie Night lineup for May and June, which is Crew's Choice. This is good shit, man. I'm going to tell you that. What is it? It's some kind of blend. It doesn't matter. All right, y'all. Let's do it. I need a drink. PCP Private Mark McGrath got your back, and I really like the movies. All right. So, this all starts in the first Monday of May with the poll. All right, before we do Crew's Choice, we do Audience Choice. We're about to get to that. So we don't know what we're covering at the beginning of May. But after that, and here's the big question. We're about to reveal Crew's Choice. I want to know what y'all think. Like, who picked what? When I reveal these movies, you let me know as soon as you see it what PCP crew member, excitable we are, you think picked that movie. Okay? Can y'all do that for me? All right, let's do it. So coming up, the first episode of Crew's Choice is the Audience Choice because you are the crew. We're about to get to that. After that, Repo, the Genetic Opera. After that, High Fidelity, starring John Cusack, of course. After that, Once Upon a Time in the West. Great movie. After that, Throne of Blood, Akira Kurosawa, a masterpiece. 2 masterpieces back to back right here. Right? Once Upon a Time in the West and Throne of Blood. Next up, Ex Machina, a movie I've never seen, but really want to. And let me know, who do you think in the crew chose what movie? Next up, A Silent Voice. This is a anime film. A Silent Voice. After that, The Page Master. Macaulay Culkin. That's an interesting pick. And then after that, Gandahar, which is a French animated film. And that is PCP Movie Night, Crew's Choice, May, June. Dominated by these. But I want to see what you're saying. So Twitch, you're giving me numbers, but I don't know the numbers. So Twitch, tell me the name of the movie, and I'm going to roll through it again. PCP Movie Night, Crew's Choice. Well, Audience Choice, because y'all are a part of the crew. Then we got Repo, the Genetic Opera. Who picked it? Repo, who? High Fidelity, High, who? Once Upon a Time in the West, Once, who? Throne of Blood, Throne, who? Ex Machina, Ex, who? A Silent Voice, Silent, who? Page Master, Page, who? And Gandahar, who? Take a look. But before that, as I'm smoking, we got a super chat from Frank Zanka. Never seen you in the chat before, Frank. And definitely for a super chat. Thank you so much. What do you say? Let's see. Hi, Robbie. I'm an independent comic creator and novelist. I'm going to be launching my new comic and audiobook for Destiny Aurora and Lords of LA. How can I sponsor one of your videos to get the word out? Well, you just did it. Send me like a PDF of your shit. Let me read it. If I like it, I'll shout you out for free, dude. Thank you so much for the super chat, Frank. So everybody, check out Frank's work. And Frank, send me your work. And if you've sent it, and I get sent so much stuff, if you've sent it and I don't see it, be like in the subject or whatever, be like Rockin Robbie Live, attention Rockin Robbie Live or something like that. Like, or attention bullshit. Like, I don't know. But like, Frank, I'll check out your work. Let me know. I'm excited to check it out. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had a sex with the demon. What? But was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters. Shit. Now he fights with a man who's a fish named Dave. Now he fights when the fire starts up. And an ectoplasmic mess named Johann. BPRD. Whoa! All right, y'all, we're at the end of the night. Let's be honest. We only got so much. Let's take a look at what people thought. All right, number 1 is Robbie. It's Repo, the Genetic Opera. You're right about that one, bro. I'll tell you that. Just emailed you, Robbie. I'll take a mystery box. Oh, thank you so much, Interfacer. Hell yeah. The strain's called Rebirth. Number 2 is Jelani. High Fidelity? You're right about that one. I'll tell you. I'll reveal it in a second here. Let's just say, yes, High Fidelity. Love, High Fidelity. High Fidelity is very fun. Jack Black really makes it great. Jack Black was great in the Mario movie, too. High Fidelity was Whole Shoe. You're wrong, Steph. That wasn't Whole Shoe. It's definitely a Whole Shoe pick, though. Ex Machina is great. 3 is John. 4 is Brooks. I don't know. Machina was Mike. Steph, you might be right there. Steph, you're right. Ex Machina is Manny. No, it's Mike. 5 is Dylan. Dylan does not have a Crew's Choice. Thank you, Eric. Says, excellent lineup. Spoiler alert, Robbie chose them all. No, I didn't. I just chose the one. OUG says, I don't know who picked them, but I love High Fidelity. It's great. That was Jelani. Fidelity could be Robbie. No, that's, yeah. Page Master Jelani? Nope. Page Master was not Jelani or Brooks. Steph, you're way off. I'm having a good time too. All right. I'm going to reveal who did what now. Since the joint is gone, we'll save the rest for later. I love pre-rolls. Anyway, moving on. Feeling good, feeling right. Rockin' Robbie is live. Fuck it, let's do it.
Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin' Robbie Live.
All right, so Did Weezer do the soundtrack to Page Master? No. All right, I'll give you the real deal. And then we're gonna get this poll going. Think right now. It's not time to list your movies, but think. Think. PCP poll. I'm gonna tell you the deets when we reveal who did what for Crew's Choice. All right, first Crew's Choice is up to you. When I say go, first 10 movies I see. Fuck it, we'll do it right now. Go. Pick a movie you want us to do for PCP movie night. First 10 responses that we or DHS have not already done, or I don't personally veto, they're going to be part of the poll. 10 movies from you recommended tonight for PCP, audience choice, Crew's Choice. The audience is a part of the crew. The poll will be in the PCP Army group on Facebook. It will last a week. We'll announce the winner next time on Rockin Robbie Live. All right. Crew's Choice, Repo, The Genetic Opera. That was my pick. That's a Rockin Robbie pick. Next up, High Fidelity. Apparently, the winner already. That was Jelani's pick. Next up, Once Upon a Time in the West. Great film. That's Brooks's pick. Throne of Blood. Kurosawa film. That's Brian's pick. Ex Machina. That's Mike's pick. A Silent Voice. That's Holshoe's pick. The Page Master. That's Manny's pick. And we're wrapping it off. Wrapping it off? With Gandahar. That's Joe Corallo's pick. First time that we have given Joe a Crew's Choice because Joe Corallo is a part of the excitable PCP crew. So to recap, let me know right now. 10 movies. Every person gets one pick. If you throw in multiples, I'm not going to count them. I'm going to count your first one. And the comments are already coming in. I need 10 movies. We got a poll. Repo, The Genetic Opera, to kick off May, to kick off Crew's Choice, picked by me. High Fidelity, picked by Jelani. Once Upon a Time in the West, picked by Brooks. Throne of Blood, picked by Brian. Ex Machina, picked by Mike. A Silent Voice, picked by Hammer Time Holshoe. The Page Master, picked by Manny. And Gandahar, picked by Joe Corallo. There you go. Let's look what we got. Dread. Let me get this ready. So it's hard to write with these fucking shades on. All right. Dread. Great movie. Kill List. Fuck Zach. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Okay. Oh shit. Wouldn't that be weird if it won? Revealer, the Michael Morisi film. Okay. Still haven't seen it. Snatch. Good movie. Enemy Mine. Okay. eclectic mix in the poll. Roadside Prophets. Never heard of that one. Pump Up the Volume. Good movie. What an interesting poll. Hell yeah, PCP family, you always come through. Nothing But Trouble. Great movie. And Bobby, I'm going to campaign for this one, Bobby. Little Big Man. Dustin Hoffman. Love that fucking movie. Little Big Man. Shit. Those came in quick. All right. Here we go. The PCP Army movie poll is Dread, Kill List, Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, Revealer, Snatch, Enemy Mine, Roadside Prophets, Pump Up the Volume, Nothing But Trouble, and Little Big Man. Me personally, I'm going to say Little Big Man. Check out the PCP Army on Facebook tomorrow, where the poll will be live and active in the AM, if you want to call it that. All right. It's time for show and tell. This is what I got for you this week. Oh, it's heavy. All right, got a new Blu-ray. Martin, a George Romero vampire classic, a very nice edition. I got this after it sold out. I forgot this was coming out, right? I never did a pre-order on Amazon. I shoulda, but Dylan and Scarpad told me that it was available, and I snatched it up on eBay for basically retail. So that was cool. When I saw Bueller this weekend, or this last weekend at MegaCon, I got his Ninja Funk. Straight from the man himself. We just hand deliver exclusive to each other. All right, so I didn't get many comic book creators to sign stuff at MegaCon, but I did meet Josh Williamson. Had a great conversation with him. He wants to come back on the channel. We're going to do that. We're going to get ready for some stuff. But when I was chatting with him, I got my Dark Crisis #1 signed. My Death of the Justice League signed. And what I love is Josh signed the acetate cover and he signed the inside. I thought that was really nice. Really cool of him, I guess. And then we got Dawn of DCU. He signed that for me. And I think he signed the inside too. Yeah, he did. Shit, I need to ask him. Like, in fact, when he comes back on the show, Josh, if you're watching right now, just comment, please. Was this meant to be like an acetate, like the Death of the Justice League? It looks like they're like great companion pieces. What? This should have been an acetate. It should have been. You know what? Revisiting it, Dark Crisis is actually a rather bold Crisis event, but we'll get into that in another video. So I met Frank Miller. So I did the VIP experience. Thank you, Robbie from Earth 2. One of the things I got for that was this exclusive Tony Daniel black and white reprint of 300 #1, and the interiors are not in black and white. But it's a reprint of issue #1 with a black and white Tony Daniel cover. They had so many covers for this. It was like the 25th anniversary. And then I got this. They were giving these out randomly. One would be from, so the Frank Miller panel was Frank Miller, Andy Kubert, and Simone Bianchi, right? And they all three were up there talking about it. It was the 25th anniversary of this book. They were handing out to everybody either Andy's cover, Simone's cover, or Frank's cover. I got Frank's cover, which I'm very happy with. But this is a new cover that Frank Miller did for 300, 25th anniversary. Mostly what the panel was about. Reprints issue #1. Love this fucking book. Love the movie. And I got a print, 11 by 17 print of this image as well. But you can only get one thing signed by Frank Miller, and I did get my photo taken with him, and that's on my Instagram page, Pop Culture Philosophers. It's in the PCP Army. It's on Facebook, all that jazz. But I got him to sign my Daredevil 181 because I had already met Klaus Janson. So there's my Frank Miller signature right there, completely covering up Daredevil's face. I love it, though. The panel was great. We'll talk about that at another time. But my interaction with Frank, I sat down. I gave my book to some lady. I sat down. I had to give my phone to this dude. I took my picture. So the picture was taken before, like he signed the book as I was doing all that. And he gave the book back to me. And we took the picture. And then I looked at him. And the next person's ready to come in. And so nobody had too much time with him. But I looked at him, and I wanted to ask so much. But what I did was I said, thank you for the work, for all of it. And he said, thank you for reading it, and thanks for coming. The tiniest little thing. But I met Frank Miller. I saw a panel with him, mentally sharp, witty, fucking funny, revealing in his... It was a really good panel. And I was right the fuck there. Like I said, first in line, got my pick of fucking seats and everything. I was there. It was a great experience meeting Frank Miller. Some other things I got. I picked up this Penguin Book of Comics. So this is the story of strip cartoons since comics began, of the artists who created the characters and of the characters who took charge of their creators. Here, you will find the true tale of Jane and Fluke, of Popeye, Pip, Squeak, and Wilfred, Little Abner, Batman, Superman, Peanuts, all that. I just read that off the back. But this is a reprint and a really cool history piece about cartooning and comics. So I'm excited to dive into that. And I got the Masters of Comic Book Art. I've seen this recently shouted out in a way on social media where they're just talking about some of the greatest. There's Kurtzman's in here. Kirby, I think, is in here. Mobius, some really just solid artwork. I'm excited to dive into this. Pay attention to anybody that I don't know about. I guess I can read you the list of who's in here. It's a lot of people we know. Will Eisner. Where's the list? It's not. Will Eisner, Harvey Kurtzman, Frank Bellamy, Richard Corbin, Barry Windsor Smith, Mobius, Felipe Droulet, Wally Wood, Robert Crumb, Victor Moscoso. So, a few of those I don't know, but I'm excited to dive into that. Anyway, that's show and tell. And now it's time for your Final Five. All right, we're going through this Marvel Masterpieces set. Captain Britain brings us to Captain America. Very patriotic. I love that composition. It's a cool card. Cage. So when they were trying to rebrand Cage as a Tyson-esque figure, but I was all there for it. That was my first introduction to Luke Cage. Cable. We were talking about Rob Liefeld earlier. Come on. Come on, y'all. Next up, Bullseye. Like I said, the organization of this is not... I don't understand the quasi... alphabetical kind of thing, but that Bullseye card by Joe Justico is great. And we're going to end it with Dazzler. It's a cool card as well. And that has been your... I can't see. Final Five. All right, y'all. We're dipping out. We love you. MegaCon was great. The show has been great. We'll be back next week for Dan Waters at 1 p.m. Central Time. Do not forget that. We also got Scarpad Sci-Fi Sojourns tomorrow night. 2010, the year we made contact. After that, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot on YouTube PCP Movie Night. Dylan's Horror Show, Saturday night. The Invisible Maniac. Love you guys. Take it easy. Have a good one. Station. Pop, pop. Boom.